Oh, yo, what's going on, Knicks Nation? Feel me? We out here, we got a lot to talk about, you know. But before we get into the news, I want y'all to donate to this channel. All donations are appreciated. The link will be in the description box below this video. Also in the comment section. And another thing, reminding you about the brand, pexoticshop.com. The link will be in the description box below this video and also in the comment section. Support the brand, get you some merchandise. If you can't support by donating, subscribe. I appreciate that. Um, so before we get into it, man, it's been a rough, rocky road for the Knicks. I believe we only got 2 wins on the season at the moment. It's real rough. Yesterday we got blitzed by the Cleveland Cavaliers. At one point we was down 30. 30. we was down to 30 piece to the Cavaliers. I ain't talking about LeBron and the boys. I ain't talking about JR and the crew. I'm talking about Colin Sexton and Garland and whoever the hell else was out there. I'm gonna be honest with you. They had Colin Sexton and Garland out there looking like Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. You got Colin Sexton looking like Iverson in his prime. You know, um, a lot of things happen at the end of the game. It's all over the news. I felt I'd touch on it. You know, the president of basketball operations, Steve Mills, the general manager of the team, Scott Perry, came out with a major, major firestorm press conference for the people. Right after the game, they ain't waste no time. They voicing their frustration, you know, talking crazy. Basically came out and had a serious, straight face and all. There wasn't no smirks, no nothing. They went up to the podium like two gangsters, so, you know, obviously they was throwing David Fizdale under the bus. Obviously, it seems like Fizdale's days are numbered. In the press conference they preach consistency, consistency, and I understand where they coming from with that. I got something really on two fronts. The consistency. Yeah, I'm with that because how do you play a hard fought game in Dallas and beat a quality team like the Mavs and come down and be down a 30 piece to the Cleveland Cavaliers? That's unacceptable at home too. You know, I was not feeling that at all. I was disgusted. I was watching the game myself. I was like, what the hell is going on with the Knicks? I'm watching it and it's crazy because I was really trying to enjoy that game. I had the food ready. I got a couple drinks. I'm like, okay, next we about to make it happen. Let's go. Let's stack up. Let's get 2 wins in a row. Let's see what we could do out here. And then just to lay an egg like that, that's just unacceptable. To Cleveland, I could see if Boston came in there or something like that happened. You still be upset, but you kind of understand, maybe if Toronto rolled up in there, something like that. Philly, you can that's acceptable. That's still unacceptable, but it feels better. So obviously David Fizdale is on the hot seat. That whole press conference, you break it down, split it up, you dive deep into it. Fizdale on the hot seat. It's getting hot for them right now in New York. Let me tell you what I believe happened, what I know would happen because I some sources that I heard, you know, basically midway through the game around halftime, I believe all three of them were sitting together. It was not Fizdale, it was Scott Perry, Steve Mills, and Dolan, James Dolan. And Dolan gets a lot of flack, but Dolan is really kind of stay out of the mix, but he obviously had to interject himself at some point. What the heck is going on? He wanted to know what's going on with this team, so they had a meeting at halftime, and pretty much I don't believe Mills and Perry never came back to their seats to finish watching the game. I believe Dolan came back, but it was a firestorm meeting, where they pretty much wasn't going for it. It just was a tough situation. So they have that big situation at the podium. So Fizdale, I wonder how he's feeling. You know, he'll be out the door soon. They kept preaching 10-game increments, you know, which I felt was very alarming. So I guess he'll be fired in the 20-game mark, you know. So who knows? You know, I guess they can give him 10 more games to figure this thing out. But I'm interested to see how this thing goes, you know. It's gonna be a good thing. I don't really know, you know, Knicks Nation, y'all dive in and let me know, should he stay or should he go? You know, I take it from a look at Fizdale's perspective. Look at, like, let's say we was playing a game of cards, right? I know that this was Cleveland. It's unacceptable, but let's say we was playing a game of cards, right? And we just shuffled the deck, you know, and I had all the jokers. I had the queen. I had everything. The spade, ace of spades. I had the two of hearts. I had it all, you know, two of diamond, you know. Could you imagine? You know. So I mean, it's just a very very tough situation out here, you know, with the Knicks and Knicks Nation, you know. So hopefully we figure this thing out. You know, I'm coming through the house. What's up, buddy? Hey, Sally. That's my little boy right there, baby Lonzo. You know, so he out here on the prowess. You know, so he you know, I'm doing, you know, he Knicks Nation too. You know, so nonetheless, you know, we got a lot to dive into right here. I want y'all to know. I want y'all to give me y'all opinions on the situation of which direction should we navigate in. Are you with them firing him? Are you with them keeping him? You know, it's just very wild how things can go. You know, I wonder which direction they're gonna move in. You know, that's gonna be a very very fun, very crazy situation to see. You know, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. You know, it's all about what we gonna do, man, because the Knicks, man, we didn't really get a fair shake of things. We thought we was gonna get the pieces, but we end up never getting them. So it really set us back a long ways, you know. So it's really we don't know what to do at this point, you know. But I believe we're gonna get it together, you know, and win a couple of games. You know, we're gonna win a couple of games, but this is gonna light a fire under the team. Sorry about this, you know. Right now, I'm with my son right now, so you know, doing, you know, it's real life, you know. So, get in the comment section. Let me know which direction we should navigate in. You know, I feel like Fizdale is gonna get fired in 10 games. I don't feel like it's gonna be fair, but I just feel like this is what happened. This business, you know. But I tell you what, before Steve Mills or Scott Perry get fired, David Fizdale will be fired. So that's what it seems like. They threw David Fizdale under the bus. You know, his offense is kind of crazy because he runs like a positionless basketball. So when you hearing in the, you know, us as Knicks Nation, we know kind of what's going on, and we on the fence. Should he stay? Should he go? But you hear things in the media like you got Julius Randle bringing the ball up the court, Marcus Morris playing point guard at times. You know, David Fizdale runs a positionless basketball style. You know, especially on the offensive end. You know, at times it's three guards out there. Sometimes it's three forwards. It all depends on what the game calls for. You know, so that's the style that the Knicks are doing. You know, to be honest with you, man, if anything, they need to clean house. You know, before they fire Fizdale, they should fire the whole entire just clean house. You know, that's what I feel. You know, I think everybody should go, man, because Steve Mills and Scott Perry, they have not performed well, and it seems like, of course, they're gonna throw everything on Fizdale. It pretty much seemed like their jobs are on the line, so they coming at hard at Fizdale. He's gonna be the fall guy. You know, the coach is the fall guy. You know, they love you when you winning. They hate it's your fault when you losing. And that's what comes with being a coach. You know, I want to appreciate y'all. It was a couple of technicalities with this video, you know. I appreciate y'all for sticking with me. You know, my real people and supporters. You know, with Knicks Nation. I really wanted to touch on this and get in the comments section. I guess we're gonna monitor this situation closely. You know, figure out how what's gonna pop off. I wish the Knicks nothing but the best. You know, hopefully this could light a fire under everybody and really start stacking some wins together, and that's what's the most important thing. So, you know, good luck to Knicks Nation. You know, the New York Knicks. You know, Fizdale. You know, good luck. You know, I believe we got Chicago coming up, and we got Dallas. That Thursday night game with Dallas. If if that's a blow, let me tell you right now. I'm just gonna. You hearing it from me first. That game in Dallas with Dallas on Thursday, because we beat Dallas in Dallas. You know they're gonna be coming out like villains on the Knicks Thursday. If the Knicks lose by 20 or 30, somebody's getting fired by the morning. That's all I'm gonna let y'all know right now. That Thursday night game is serious. Serious. Don't even think about the 10 games. Depending on how if Porzingis come in there and they lose by 30, 24, and Porzingis then drop 36, 12, 2 blocks, somebody's gone. Because they should be gone off the fact of that. You traded Porzingis and we have really nothing to show. You know, and they did with the roster they assembled with Julius Randle being our biggest signing. You know, we didn't get Malcolm Brogdon, we didn't get Boban Bogdanovic, we didn't get some of these other key pieces. We didn't throw money at Patrick Beverly. We didn't do things that maybe could have helped us. We didn't pull the trigger on these trades. We could have traded for Anthony Davis at a point in time. We didn't do it. You know, the Knicks need a point guard. You know, if any team needs LaMelo Ball, I think it's the New York Knicks. You know, so I hope they. You know, I ain't gonna say it like that. If anything, if anybody need a point guard, it's the Knicks. You know, I see a guy. The Knicks just need a point guard, man. I'm telling you, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man. They need to find an available point guard out there who can run the show well. You know, so. Y'all get in the comments section. Let me know your opinions on what's going on. You know, how y'all feeling about the situation. Where we go from here, you know, as Knicks fans and people that's not Knicks fans, state your opinions on how you felt about this press conference and what this means for Fizdale. And should he stay or should he go? You know, I feel like it'll be too early, but when you know you can't lose so much, you know, when you're a coach. That's a part of being a coach, you know. You gotta start stacking wins. You know, the honeymoon is over. Last year was the honeymoon, you know. Even though they didn't have the best roster, I still feel like they should be a little better than they are now, you know. So hopefully, you know, it's tough, you know. I got a lot of topics going on, you know. So just be on the lookout for my next videos. Donate to this channel. I appreciate y'all. Support the brand, you know. And just stay posted. I'm pulling right back up. I got some more topics to touch on, you know. Subscribe to this channel. I can't say that enough. Y'all hold it down out here, man. And good luck to the New York Knicks. Hopefully everything work itself out, man. I believe that one day we're gonna be a force to be reckoned with, and I believe soon. We gotta get things right. You know, we really gotta get it right this time. You know, I know that it's been a lot of this times, but we gotta get it right. You know, y'all hold it down out there.